Space 101.1 FM, KMGP, welcomes you to Broken Alaska, the world's only improvised radio drama series. The mayor of Broken Alaska, Tommy Frost, prefers to govern from afar. In fact, most of the residents of Broken haven't even seen the mayor in over a decade. Most of the day-to-day decisions in Broken are handled by the head of the city council, Heather O'Hearn. Heather is never really sure where the mayor is or when he might show up, so she is about to get a big surprise. Let's go down to her office at Town Hall and find out more.
Hello, Heather O'Hearn, City Council. How may I help you?
Heather, it's Mayor Frost.
How may I help you, Mayor Frost?
I need you to do me a favor.
Anything for you, Mayor.
Heather, I've set up a bank account in the Channel Islands for Broken Alaska. I need you to authenticate it.
Okay. Another bank account?
Well, this one's a special bank account, Heather. This one is for an emergency fund on behalf of a corporation that's willing to give us a grant. A grant because we're an amazing city and they want to see us preserved as an amazing Alaska Historic Preservation Grant Township.
So we won that special McKinley grant that you put us up for? Oh, how exciting for the town.
Exactly, Heather. We won the special MacArthur grant. That's exactly right. And I've set up a bank account to get that money safely in Broken's name. And I'm gonna send you some information. What I need you to do specifically, Heather, now pay attention, okay?
I always pay attention to everything you say, Mayor. I live to make this town great for you.
Well, that seems right. So I tell you what, Heather, here's what I need you to do. I need you to spend precisely, not $1 more, $500. Spend it on the town in a community service kind of way, and make sure the check is written on this bank account. Can you do that for me, Heather?
I can do that, sir. So sort of like a team-building exercise.
Hold on, Heather. Hey, listen, this drink is just a little too slurpy. Can you get me one over the rocks? Thank you. And also send that girl with the suntan lotion back.
Absolutely, sir. I'll see she arrives right away.
Okay, look, Heather. What I want you to do is I want you to go find Margaret Hall, that old raft lady, and take the council members. There's 10 of them. Tell her you'll pay $50 a seat in her rafts. Don't pay $1 more than $50. She'll try to drive a bargain. Get it. Wow, that bikini is less than little.
Sir?
Okay, Heather, that sounds like you've got all the facts. It's going to be a team-building exercise. The city council's going to go whitewater rafting on the Jackhole River. $500. Don't pay her a penny more.
Got it. $50 per head, 10 members of the city council. I will get on the phone to Margaret Hall ASAP. Anything else, sir?
Excuse me, Mayor Frost. I just wanted to let you know that the appetizer you ordered had arrived.
Good, sit it down. Listen, Heather, I've got to go. You got all that?
I got it all. I have everything you need, Mayor Frost. Anything you need, just give me a call and I'm here for you.
You know, Heather, keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Broken is my life. Nice to talk to the mayor. I do want to make him proud. I'm going to get Margaret on the phone right now. This is going to be the greatest team-building exercise this town has ever seen.
Whitewater rafting on the Jackhole River. What a wonderful trip that will be. It reminds me a bit of a poem by Walt Whitman. Lo, the unbounded sea. On its breast, a ship starting, spreading all sails, carrying even her moon sails. The pennant is flying aloft as she speeds so stately. Below, emulous waves press forward. They surround the ship with shining, curving motions and foam. Word of the rafting trip spreads around town fast. They're even talking about it on Johnny 99's call-in show at the Radio Free Broken radio station.
And so this is just going to be one of the greatest team-building exercises that Broken has ever seen. It's going to be wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it. Margaret Hall just does a great job with the whitewater rafting here.
Well, thank you very much, Heather. For those of you just tuning in, the City Council is going to be taken on a team-building exercise down the Jackhole River, courtesy of our beloved yet absentee mayor, Tommy Frost. Concerned citizens, you are welcome to weigh in at any time on the phone lines.
Johnny, yeah, George is on the line.
You guys really want to go on a winter river trip? I'm kind of wondering where the money came from. Maybe we can just fix the potholes on Main Street.
George, the mayor has assured me that this money, this is a special grant, a McKinley MacArthur grant, just special for us here in Broken, and we are going to have a great time.
Well, thanks, Heather, but, I think I'll get my backhoe out and fill those holes myself. Maybe you guys can pay me later.
I don't know, I'm kind of fond of the potholes, man. They make it easier for some residents of this town to get where they're going anyway. We have Margaret Hall on the line. My dear Margaret, how are you?
I'm doing very well, but I'm not a big fan of calling in on this radio program. Why don't you do some of that texting in, the way millennials like me, we like texting now better than calling on the phone.
Oh, Margaret, my dear, you are, at last count, 96 years old. You might be thinking of the word centenarian.
No, I don't think so, Johnny. I think you got that wrong. Anyway, I came in to talk about how excited I am about this rafting trip tomorrow. I think the city's going to have a really, really good time. Heather already talked to me all about this. She told me everything there is to know about this big rafting trip tomorrow, and I was really worried at first. I mean, how can I fit all 71 people in the rafts, But, I figured it all out. I'm all good about this, and it's going to be great. I'm just going to encourage everyone in town to please show up tomorrow morning at the river at 8 a.m. And don't forget to bring your helmets and bring your own PFDs. Those are the personal flotation devices, because it is always about safety when we're on the river. We cannot go out on the river, the whole town like this, and not be worried about safety.
Excuse me, Margaret, I think there was a misunderstanding. It's not the whole town, it's just the entire town council.
I don't know what you're talking about, Heather. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to say 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and I am so excited about this because I got to tell you, Johnny, Mama, she needs a new pair of duck decoys, I've been thinking $50 a pop for the whole town of 71 people. I'm going to put a fresh coat of paint on my duck decoys because those mallard drakes, they don't get that iridescent glow just with a spit shine, can I tell you? Am I right, Johnny? Okay, so everyone, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Jackhole River, you come down, and we will be safe, and we will be organized, and we're going to have the float trip of a lifetime. 8 a.m. sharp. Thank you, John. Goodbye, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have today for Radio Free Broken. Those of you who wish to float, you may join Margaret and myself, reluctantly, at the Jackhole River tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. In the meantime, be sober, be vigilant, because in a world of corporate brand experience, you may just have to think for yourselves.
Oh, no.
You are listening to Broken Alaska, radio's only improvised ongoing drama series on Space 101.1 FM. Visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/brokenak and let the station know what you think of the show at space101fm.org. Back in Broken, the whole town is turned out for the free whitewater rafting trip, courtesy of the missing mayor. Let's go down to the Jackhole River and join the fun.
Maureen, I need your honest opinion on this. This life vest, does it make me look fat?
Honestly, it does make you look a little lumpy, but, is this going to be fun?
I'm going to try pushing it in certain places. Maureen, I want you to have this envelope. In case I don't make it back, make sure that Connie gets this.
I think it'll be just fine, Johnny.
Thank you.
All right, has everybody got life jackets? I've got them here, $20 each. Come on, come and get them.
Thanks, Brick.
$20, sir. Thank you.
Brick.
You. Yes.
Are these life jackets Coast Guard approved?
Hey, the life jackets. What do you want to go without them?
All right, I'll take one. Here's $20.
All right, citizens of Broken, as the head of the town council, I, Heather Hearn, welcome you here to Margaret Hall's wonderful whitewater rafting trip. We will be doing some team building exercises and working together and just having a great, great day. It is such a great day. It's pretty warm out, wouldn't you say, for winter in Broken? I think there could be a couple of things we could be doing back in town. If anybody wants to just duck out of the trip today, that'd be just swell. Mayor Frost has granted us this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. But, I think the father has set up a beautiful yoga class and some meditation and service going on. So feel free to go back to Broken if you'd like.
Hey, Rose,
Yeah, George.
do you think this is really a good idea?
Oh, well, I've been rafting a couple of times, never up here on the Jackhole, but I don't know. I think it's going to be fun, don't you? I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of worried about the rapids. They're number 5. I think that's what they call them. They're pretty rough.
Yeah, but I hear they're really frothy, so is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Mark, what do you know?
Well, I talked to the salmon, and they're never nervous about this.
Well, I'm kind of excited. I think it's going to be a great trip. Heather, thank you for doing this for us all. I mean, the
Yeah,
entire
thank you,
town is
Heather.
out here. We're going to have a great day.
Oh, George, don't worry too much. I was a young lad. I was on my mission work and I went down the river in Uganda. It was exceptionally exciting. The people are very friendly and nobody died, George. You'll be fine.
Except for it's very warm in Uganda, my friend.
Temperature is a very relative thing, George. Just stay in the sunshine.
Okay, everyone. All right, everyone gather around here. We have some important safety instructions before we get going on this trip. This is going to be a lot of fun. These are going to have some little rapids and some little spray, and we're all going to have a really good time. I want to first of all thank Heather for joining us all together here today. I think this is going to be a wonderful trip. And, let's hear it for Mayor Frost. Mayor Frost, who brought us out here again today. Oh, gosh. Isn't that guy a great guy? You know that Mayor Frost? We keep electing him. 16 times we've elected him now. I think we should elect him again next year, because he is... Thank you, Murph, very much for that. Okay, we have about 70 people out here today. Old Man Fletcher has decided not to join us, as usual, but I want to go over some important safety tips. When we are in the rafts, you will keep your hands inside the raft at all times. I want to stress that there are some very sharp rocks out here on the river, and if you're dangling an arm or a leg overboard at any point, it could be severed. Does everyone understand?
Severed?
Keep it inside the boat.
Keep it inside the boat. Thank you very much, Lars. That is very important. All right, now everyone has a life jacket. Check. Okay, everyone. All right, and we do have some helmets available for those who are concerned about their safety of their heads. Personally, it has never been high on my priority list.
I want that purple helmet.
George will have the purple one. All right, we are going to load up 10 to a boat. We have 8 boats here. There are so many people. Get in a boat, and you will have the buddy system. Does everyone understand what the buddy system is? Who has your buddy? Raise your hand if you have a buddy.
Yes.
All right, buddies.
Yes,
Monica's
I
my
have a
buddy.
buddy.
Yes.
Buddies.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. You will be responsible for the life of your buddy from this point forward. Do you understand?
Yes, we
If
do.
your buddy goes overboard,
Yes.
you are the one who will pull him back into the boat. Do you understand?
Yes, Margaret.
The buddy or the body?
The body of the buddy. The body of the buddy is your responsibility from this point forward, Brick, okay? All right, here we go. Everyone load up into a boat, and we will continue as soon as we're back in the water.
Hey, Bird,
Yes, George.
I think we'll tie ourselves in, huh?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Is it too late to take up macrame?
Don't worry. I think we're going to be fine. This is going to be fun.
Okay, I just want to give everybody one last chance. You really don't have to go. You know, helmets and all. I mean, really, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
Ah, Rick, you be my buddy then.
Okay, yeah. You go overboard, I make sure I watch where you go. Is that the story?
Here is the correct way to hold the paddle of the boats. You see, I have right hand above left hand, and when you paddle, it is a simple, smooth, and easy stroking motion. Can everyone say with me, stroke, 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 stroke. Very good, very good. All right, let's push out from the shell here. Let's go. All right, we're out into the water. All right, everybody, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, all 8 boats, we're out in the water. Here we are. This is a nice, easy little spot. Just a little bit of stroking. Stroke. There you go, everyone. All right. Excellent. All right. Lars, do not lean over the side of the boat. I have told you this before. Please.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everyone. Denise, keep your hands inside the boat, Denise. Stop reaching for that rock.
Monica, I'm a little afraid.
All right, you will see. The Class 1 rapid is coming up on our left. We're going to steer into it, and when I say you will pull hard on the right side. Do you understand me? Everyone on the right side say, yes, I do, ma'am.
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Everyone on the left side, you will keep your oars in so as not to distract those on the right. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we are. We're edging into the little rapid. Here we go. All right, everyone, hold on. Here we go. Everyone on the right side, push, push, push. There we go. Now tell me, wasn't that fun? That was excellent work, people. Excellent work. Very good.
I'm going to need some Dramamine to help me do my civic
Is that
duty,
it? Can we
man.
go back now?
Now we have a little bit of a calm point here where we're just going to keep on paddling. This is the point when you can chat with each other, maybe have a couple of snacks. I saw some of you brought some coolers. Here we go.
So is that it? I mean, can we get back now? Let's go to the pub.
Here, Brian. Here, have a beer. I popped open the cooler for you. Have one of those.
Thank you.
Somebody pass the pretzels.
Oh, I think I see a turn in the river.
All right, people. Playtime is over.
What is that?
Here we go. We're coming around the
What
first big bend in the river.
that?
I want you to prepare. Coming up is a Class 4 rapid, and it is going to be substantially more difficult and more thrilling than the next time. Now listen to me very carefully. Everyone on the left, paddle. Left, left. And here comes the difficult part. Everyone paddle. All right, hold on tight. Hold on tight. This is the part where we may flip.
I don't mean to complain, but my life jacket is swollen and bloated.
All right, everyone, you need to paddle very hard on the left side. Do not stop paddling.
Hey, man. My life jacket is swollen and bloated, man.
What fools strap themselves into a boat? And pull out of it, everyone, pull. Left side.
Hang on.
All right, everyone.
We need to get off to the side here and get everybody right off.
All right, pull Denise back in. She has fallen out of the boat. We need to pull Denise back in. Who is Denise's buddy? Louise, take Denise. Pull her, please. Annika, what fools strap themselves into the bottom of this raft?
Wait, everyone, bricks in the water.
That's it. And just keep swimming to shore. That way the city only has to pay half price. Yes, half price. Keep swimming, Brick. We'll see you back at town.
Pull him in. No, come on, Brick. I don't know, Mark. This is less fun than I thought it would be now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you here, Rose.
I'm freezing.
Oh, me too. I really just want to get back to the dinghy and start shoving hot drinks down my face.
Heather, Mark, is this what you planned on?
We're working as a team. We got Brick out of the water, and we're all together. And thank you, Mayor Frost. Margaret, are we almost done yet?
Don't worry, amigos. The 15-foot drop is still to come.
Oh, Carlos, no!
The mayor has forsaken us. Annika, I never thought I'd say this. Just hang on to my hand. We'll get you back in the raft.
All right, everyone, that was thrilling, and you all did a wonderful job, except for you and you and you, and, well, you and you and you, and I'm not really sure why that one is unconscious, but don't worry, folks, we only have 8 more rapids to go, and the big ones are still to come. Carlos, lead on! Woohoo!
Did you bring the Dramamine, Maureen? Oh, I think I'm gonna need it.
Good old Margaret. Her years in the Marines are really paying off today. Well, somehow the people of Broken managed to survive their trip down the Jackhole, but many of them are the worse for the wear. At the end of the day, some of our friends have gathered in the twisted dinghy to dry off, warm up, and complain. As we know, the best way to get over a bad experience is to find someone to blame.
All right, George. George, I got an Irish coffee for you.
Thank you, Mark.
Rose, I have a hot buttered rum for you.
Thank you, Mark.
And Maureen, for you, I have a Lemmy on Fire. That's a warmed up rum and coke.
Thank you.
I don't understand why Heather was trying to get everybody to go swim to shore other than the fact she was trying to save the city money.
She just kept yelling, half price to anyone who swims to shore. I don't get it.
Was it any safer in the boats?
You know, when I was swimming back to the boat, my life preserver cracked open, and the life preservers were made out of baby diapers.
What?
Oh, Brick, leave it to Brick.
That would explain why the life was spelled with a L-I-F and a long symbol over the I. Good.
Were they at least clean baby diapers, Mo?
No. It's baby diapers.
No wonder they soaked up the water so fast. I thought when Lars fell out, he sank really quickly.
But
And you know what? Heather wouldn't even replace our beer.
oh,
After the raft flipped over?
Yeah.
Yes. She wouldn't replace anything. She didn't offer anything to anyone.
I don't know. God, wrap me up in this blanket a little bit tighter. I am freezing.
I may have another couple in the back I can get. Good grief. Poor Annika. She looked so like a wet cat
You know
when
what,
they pulled
though?
her out.
She can really paddle. Her feet are strong when she's swimming.
Yeah, she's got some formidable legs.
She really does. I was kind of amazed by that. It's like flippers down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tried out for the Olympics swimming.
Really?
Yeah, she was a great diver too.
Huh. She told me she ran long jump. Anyway, what was up with Margaret Hall? I think she was a little excessive in her use of force today.
Oh, that's... You put Margaret in her element, which is basically in command of a group of living beings, and you've made a happy woman out of her.
She called Lars a baby-faced mama's boy, though, when he knocked his head on that rock. He was unconscious for almost 2 minutes, and she was like, "Get up, mama's boy." Jeez.
Well, she was a DI in the Corps.
Was she?
Yeah, it was her job to tell recruits what to do, where to go, and what she thought of them.
Mark, can you pour me some more hot stuff here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bring me another one.
Coming right up.
Well, one thing I can say is that Mayor Frost sure is a good guy.
Oh,
I mean, to
yeah.
give us all this as a gift, that was amazing. It didn't turn out that great, but I can't wait to meet that guy. How often does he come up to town?
Oh, he gets here every...
Couple of years, maybe?
Well, I just think it's great that he always finds a way to think of us, keep connected to everything that's going on back here, no matter where he is.
Yeah, it's clear we're really in his heart no matter where he is in the world.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
You know,
Yes.
I'm going to go talk to Heather about this, so I think this was a really poorly executed team-building exercise, and she should have thought better about this before she planned it.
Yeah, couldn't we have had like
agree.
a barbecue or something?
I mean, it's so cold outside, and to put us all on the river. What was she thinking, inviting the entire city?
You know, I'm not one to complain, but I have always thought that maybe Heather wasn't quite as competent as people think.
Carlos, what does she do there at City Hall? It's like all I ever do is see her sitting on the phone and...
She's on the phone, she's typing, she's filling out forms. I don't know. I don't think it adds a lot of value, to be honest.
Carlos, I mean, she's the administrative heart that keeps the city going.
But
Somebody has to fill out the paperwork while the mayor is out there finding investment opportunities for us, development opportunities for us.
But is she really keeping track of the city, Mark? I don't know.
Perhaps Heather does not have our best interests at heart, Carlos.
That could be.
I don't know. I mean, how long has she been head of the city council?
I think it's been about 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah.
Shouldn't there be a term limit for city council heads?
We should talk about that at the next election, but I think maybe we should do something about Heather a little more suddenly.
Carlos, I think you're right. Maybe something a little more proactive.
Well, if we're
Yes.
going to go that route, you could call for a special election. All you would need would be a majority of the city council to agree to have the election.
Well, the usual city council meeting is on Tuesday. I think we could just meet there. Maybe if we go around to the rest of the people in town and talk to them about this, we could... Maybe it's time to vote Heather out of office.
That's a great idea.
I think that's a good idea, Rose. We could get together a quorum very easily. I mean, we're all wet, but that's not a bar to voting.
I'll volunteer to go knock on doors.
I'll go with you.
Brett Brickman, he's on the city council, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
All right, I'm going to go talk to Brick, and I'm going to see about this. I think we should all attend the city council meeting Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
I'll be there.
I'm in.
You bet, yeah.
All right, let's do this. It's time for Heather to go.
Yes.
Poor Heather. You try to do something nice for people, and look what happens. The townsfolk do muster enough signatures to hold a special vote in the next city council meeting to try to oust Heather O'Hearn from her position. Let's go down to town hall. They're just about to start this month's meeting.
Before we get into the formalities of the meeting, I, Heather O'Hearn, as head of the town council, where I am so grateful for Margaret and all the hard work and all of you that came out for the great team building exercise and the whitewater rafting extravaganza. I know it was a little more exciting than some of us were ready for, but I think all in all it was a good time. So let's get the meeting started. I now call to order the Town of Broken City Council meeting. I, Heather O'Hearn, would now like to open up the floor to any new business. Rose, you have some new business?
Yes, Heather. Gosh, I really hate to be the one who has to do this, but Heather, a lot of us in town have been talking, and we feel like perhaps the whitewater rafting adventure was poorly managed. It was not as well planned out as it should have been. It seemed excessively dangerous, and I think we're all a little upset with you right now because you haven't been doing a very good job as head of the city council, and we would like to vote you out.
Rose, I'm flabbergasted. I know there was some troubles along the way in the journey of the trip. I don't want to say it was Margaret's fault that we went into excessively high rapids, but, we all worked together. Maybe there was some faults with the equipment, and the rafting wasn't all it could be, but I follow the mayor's wishes, and I give my heart and soul for this town, and I think a pothole here and there and a bad rafting trip here and there. Yes, Carlos?
Well, I would just like to say that there have been some other instances in the past. For example, when Heather decided that it would be very quaint to have gas lights for the street lights instead of electric ones, and spent all that money to install the gas lights, but we don't have gas.
That was, again, I was following the mayor's orders. I know you all love Mayor Frost, and sometimes his financial decisions are a little shaky.
I'm not done, Heather. You've also been very unfriendly to business with permitting. I mean, you look at poor Brick's been trying to get this hotel built for 5 years. Not to mention, you cost us a UGA grocery store here with having a vote in the city council to vote that we shouldn't have them. And now we're stuck with Felcher's as our only source of groceries.
Carlos, I agree with you on that one. Heather, I believe it was your fault that UGA did not come here.
I wish to introduce a formal measure to remove Heather O'Hearn as head of the city council.
I second that motion.
All right. Okay. All right, the vote is there. It's been seconded.
Okay. Friends, all who are in favor of Heather O'Hearn no longer being president of the Town Council of Broken, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay.
Nay! What are you people thinking? Nay!
Thank you, Bert. Okay.
All right, the motion's been moved, everybody. Now, I think the second point of business should be replacing Heather O'Hearn. We need to have the leader of the city council, correct? So, we need someone who is qualified, obviously, in mathematics, filing, in permits, someone prepared to give maybe 60 hours a week for very little pay. I know, I've seen the files. I've seen how much work there is.
Sounds like a lot of paperwork, I guess.
I've seen the paperwork because I filed 12 applications for a hotel, and I know how much work goes into that. I know that she takes calls from anybody who is in the mood to talk, even though they have no reason to call. So there's a good 10 hours a day gone. So anyone who wants to do that work, let's see some hands. Nothing? No one? Oh, you're a brave lot, aren't you? All right. I would like to nominate Heather O'Hearn for the leader of the city council. Okay, how would that be? Second, please.
I second that.
Thank you, Bert. All right, all in favour?
Yeah.
Aye.
Any nays? Not a one. Thank you very much. Heather, welcome. I'm sure you'll love it in Broken, Alaska.
Well, thank you for your support, Brick, Bert, everyone. I am honored to serve the town of Broken. I am head of the city council now, again. And as head of the city council, I would like to bring up new business. The budget for the town is now $2,000 in the hole because the rafting trip was only supposed to cost $500 according to the mayor. So, if anyone has any suggestions of how we can make up this deficit in the budget, I will take the suggestions now.
Bake sale? Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Broken Alaska. It was recorded at the studios of Space 101.1 FM and starred Kevin Trawick as Mayor Frost and Lars Larsenson, Julie Bragg as Heather, Michael Crowley as Johnny 99, Murph, Mark, and the waiter, Mary Vanderwall McKittrick as Maureen, George Birch Wirtz as George, Carrie Aguila as Margaret and Rose, Mike Fuller as Bert, Carlos and the announcer, and Paul Einhorn as Brick. Editing by Carrie Aguila and Mike Fuller. It was directed by Carrie Aguila from an original idea by Carrie Aguila. Sound design by Mike Fuller. The Ship Starting by Walt Whitman. Music by Audionautics.com. You can download this and all previous episodes for free on iTunes. And please leave a review. For bonus content, visit us on Facebook at Broken AK. We'd tell you what's coming up next time, but since it's improvised, you'll know as soon as we do.
Hello, Broken. Can I help you?
Heather, it's Mayor Frost.
Oh, hello, Mayor Frost. I'm so happy to hear from you.
Heather, how's that raft trip organization going?
Well, it went. It was a little exciting. We did go a little over budget. There was a couple of spills. Someone hit their head. But it's all good now.
Isn't it winter up there? My God, did anyone die?
Not yet.
I'm very sorry to interrupt, sir, but your 3 o'clock appointment is here. Marianne?
Heather, I've got to run. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.